Hey guys, Tattoo for You Richard here, and it is time for a Kits, Bits, and Swag review. And the review today will involve some of these. Well, sorta. These won't be used in the review, but what I'm reviewing uses these. Not necessarily zombie cards, but cards nonetheless. So, by the way, we shout out to OrcPainterNerd. He's going to probably enjoy this review too. So, let's go table down. I have to push the button to stop the video now. Here we are. So, we have the cards again. Now, I'm trying to broaden my horizons. I've tried with the X-Wing miniature game, which I have, but have not played. But just haven't played anything, so anyway. Now I'm trying to get into other games. And I've seen several games. There's several games out there that I like and I want to try. Zombicide. Oh my gosh, that game looks awesome. I don't know too much about it. I've seen it played a couple times. Looks fun as can be. But this isn't Zombicide, obviously. Well, not obviously, because there's a zombie in front of you. Let me shake the camera up. Things are going too perfect. Just kidding. So anyway, I have seen a lot about this game. I say I've seen a lot about it, but I don't know a lot about it. Like, I like the way it looks. I like the story behind it. I like the fact that this game, instead of using dice, uses this. So, I broke down and bought a starter set. Not a starter set, I apologize. I bought a set. Oh, let's just stop rambling, man. OrcPainterNerd was talking about it the other day, and I had been thinking about it for a while, and I bought my first set of Malifaux. And this is the Ressurectionist set. The crew set. I like the figures. I like the kind of, it's dark, Victorian era style about it. There's some steampunk aspects in it. The game seems really interesting and cool to me. So, and again, the fact that it doesn't use dice, it uses cards, playing cards to do your. It seems like your actions and your attacks and everything is all done on a playing card basis. And they have playing cards for Malifaux, but you don't have to get theirs. You can just use any generic playing card, from what I understand. I'm still looking to probably get a starter set. That way I'll have another guild, is what in the groups in the game. They're guilds. There is the Ressurectionists, the Neverborns, the... Here, give me a second. I want to make sure Alright, guys. So, sorry about that. I have a bit of the coughs today. I said earlier that there are multiple guilds. They're not multiple guilds. There are multiple factions. The guild is actually a faction in the game. So there are 7 of them. 7 different factions. You have the guild, which is kind of like your... Let's give you a brief overview of Malifaux. Malifaux is essentially a city that was discovered through a portal into another world. Back in the past, there was an event or something that happened there that left the city ruined, parts of the city ruined, and they're trying to rebuild it and stuff. There's a wall around it to protect the people outside and inside, I guess. Don't quote me on that. I know there's a wall around it. You can quote me on that, but don't quote me on why the wall's there. Because I haven't read any of the story or the fluff just yet. I've read bits and pieces of it and watched some stuff that people talk about it. I do know that there is... The big thing about Malifaux is essentially... If any of y'all are familiar with Mordheim... Mordheim is this luscious, city in the Warhammer world that supposedly had treasure there beyond belief. And so people would come there to fight. That's the bits and pieces I know of Mordheim, too. It's a game I really wanted to play and never got to. But so you have Malifaux, this city that people are going there for these things called soul stones, which are essentially magical elements, I guess. They're used to do magic things. So people are fighting over these soul stones and trying to find them. So you have the different factions in there. You have the guild that kind of runs the place. Supposedly they're the bruisers of the gig. You have the Ressurectionists, which are all about necromancy and the undead and all that. And they're not really trying to get the soul stones. They're trying to get the magic knowledge and the arcane artifacts and things like that in the city. You have the Arcanists, which are magic users, straight up magic users. So they are all about the soul stones. You have the Neverborn, which are native inhabitants of Malifaux. So they like came from Malifaux. They're monsters and just crazy creatures. Imagine like demons from your nightmares coming alive in the game. One of them is a teddy bear that's massive and creepy looking. We have the Outcasts, which are the kind of the people that don't fit into the individual factions, just like you would think. We have the Ten Thunders, which are your kind of came from the Triad. They're inspired by Triads and the Yakuza kind of style. So they're like your Oriental or Asian themed characters. And then we have the Gremlins. Supposedly this is a new faction for the second edition of Malifaux. They were characters you could use in the game, but now they have their own individual faction. And they're essentially goblins. They look really cool from some of the models I've seen. So that's a brief overview of Malifaux. So you have this city that people are trying to fight for soul stones and things like that. And you have all these different factions that want them for their own purposes and their own reasons. I highly suggest you read up on it. Like, look up on Malifaux. If you're interested in Malifaux, read some of the stuff on it. And if they have books, maybe pick some of those up. Because I'm contemplating picking them up because the story sounds pretty cool. The artwork is freaking amazing. So, to play the game, you need roughly, I believe, 6 to 8 figures to play the game. Because it's a small skirmish game, so you don't need a lot, which I kind of like. It could be a fast-ish paced game. So you can buy you can buy a starter set, which should come with everything you need. It's played with cards and stuff like that. They have crew boxes, which is what I got. This is the Take Back the Night box, and it's from the second edition of Malifaux. Essentially, this is the Ressurectionists. You get a master and her crew. So what we have here is the master. This is Molly. There's the other edition of Molly. She's just standing there with her arms crossed. I really liked this one. That's why I picked it up. And then you have Philip and the nanny. He's just a head in a stroller. Then you have a necrotic machine. And then you have the Cruligans. You get 3 Cruligans. So, and I really liked this cat right here. I'm going to have fun painting him. I hope. But anyway, this is what it comes with. These figures. So you get 6 figures in here. So this is a crew. You can get this and play if you know how to play. I highly recommend the starter set, which I will more than likely be picking up later. So inside the box, you get a piece of foam. Here, I'm going to pause for a second. Let this camera set up. Hopefully this will be a little bit better. So we'll start. There's a piece of foam to kind of protect everything inside there. I'm not going to get to the minis just yet. But here's your bases. The style bases that I find interesting. They have the little lip around them. And I'm going to have a lot of fun working with these. This must be for that big guy, the necrotic machine. Or no, this could probably be for Philip the nanny. I'm really going to like doing some kind of like cobblestone effects here. It's going to be a lot different than I would normally do. So maybe some wood. It comes with this. Here's your pack of cards. Like, not only does it use playing cards, but it uses cards for their skills and the characters and stuff like that, and their abilities, and I think some of their magic powers and stuff like that. Let me see what else is in here. Oh, this is just... I ordered it off Amazon, so this is the company I got it up with. I paid $33 for this. I don't know if that's normal priced or if I got overcharged or whatever. But that was the cheapest one they had on Amazon. So I saw some of them going for like $115, which is a bit much. So here I have the cards. I like the backs. Here's your upgrades. If you play games, you know what upgrades are, obviously. Here you have the Krulligan, Philip the Nanny, Necrotic Machine, and Molly Squidpidge. I didn't know her last name. That's hilarious. And then this is all, I guess, their attack actions, tactical actions, attack action, tactical actions, attack action, tactical. And then over here we have their IDs, ID slates. I don't know what any of this means. I'm assuming that's defense. I don't know. Hit. I know hit. Oh, look at that. I know hit. Yes. But here are her stats. And of course, you get the little picture off the front of the box. Master of the Undead. We have a Minion Construct. Totem Molly Rare 1. Horror Spirit. You have Philip and the Nanny. Henchman. Undead Rare 1. Spirit Horror. Then you have the Krulligan. Minion Undead. Horror Lost. Another Krulligan. Minion Undead Horror Lost. And Minion Undead Horror Lost. So, I mean, I'd go over what all this stuff meant if I actually knew the game. Until I know the game, that's all you're getting from me. Sorry. And then over here we have our upgrades. Cost 1 Soulstone. I guess that's the SS is Soulstones probably. 3 Soulstones, 1 Soulstone. So what does she get? What upgrades can you get? Forgotten Path, Forgotten Life, Terrible Knowledge, Tear of the Gorgon, Take Back the Night. That's the name of the box set. All friendly spirit and horror models within something 10 gain the following ability. We Are the Night. Once per turn, after reducing an enemy model to 0 WDs with an attack action, draw a card. Interesting. So I'm assuming you get the starter set. There's probably more cards like this to add to it. But until I get the starter set, we just don't know. So here we have the sprues. So what we're looking at is... Looks like here we have Philip the Nanny. The Krulligans are all on one sprue. And here's the Necrotic Machine. And then Molly herself. Now one thing I noticed about these figures, they are small. They are... Here, I'm going to go ahead and... snap that off there. So let's take a look at Molly, shall we? See if I can focus on that. You know what? Perfect use for phone. Okay. So here we have Molly. See my big finger in there? This is the back. Here's the front. Nope. Where's her face? There it is. See if I can focus on her face. The details are pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. But this, oh man, this is gonna be small. They're really delicate figures, really tiny. I'm gonna have a lot of fun painting them, and also I'm gonna have a lot of probably frustrations painting them as well. because it's probably the smallest thing I've ever painted, and my small level painting skills is not to the level I'd like it to be. I'd do better painting the larger things. So, you know, we can see how I'll pull it off. I'm especially looking forward to this little energy blast she has. I'm probably going to paint them similar to the box. Maybe change the color of her outfit. We'll see. Okay. We'll go to the necrotic machine now. See, this is what I noticed. I did open this box last night and kind of give it a once over. But I noticed these. I mean, these are really fragile. I can see those breaking right away. So you have its head, arms, its torso, its other little weird leg arms things, more arms, feet. This almost reminds me of a Dark Eldar. Here we have Philip and the nanny. See, there's Philip's face. There's the back of the nanny's head. It's kind of shaved and got some little wires or pipings protruding in it. You've got the little stroller, and then the rest of Philip is in the stroller. There we go. And then where's the nanny's face? There she is. So, oh, excuse me, my tummy's growling. Whew. And then let's go to the Krooligans. So, there's the back of the Krooligans. There's that one I said I liked. There's that little teddy bear. Let's flip them over. So again, this is another one that has a little flimsy, I mean, that's a thin piece of plastic, man. Look at that. I'm going to be very delicate snipping these out, and I'm definitely painting him. He's going to be fun to paint too. I have some ideas on him. See, with all these guys being undead, I get to use a lot of like pale flesh colors and stuff. Whites and maybe some blues or purples in there to kind of give that undead feel. Here's the creepy girl with the teddy bear. And then there's the kid with the double knives. So all in all, the thing, man, they look cool. They look really cool. The only thing I'm not excited about is how delicate they are. There was one in particular where did I see it? Nope. Maybe it was on Molly. I can't even find it right now. Yeah, oh, here it is. It was back on that necrotic machine. But look at those little things, man, that look like fingers. The figures are awesome. I mean, they're very cool looking. We'll see once we get them put together. But I am a little worried about the painting of them. So, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna put a figure together, and then we'll come back. I'll see you. All right, guys. Now I am back. I just put together Molly. One thing I did notice, and I didn't say it in the other part of the video when I unboxed it, but there are no instructions. Yeah, I don't like that per se. But they give you a card that says, blah, 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 need help? Instructions online. WeirdGames.net, build instructions. So, Weird Games is the company that makes these. I love the sculpts. Let me get that foam back out. So that way I'll give myself a white background. These figures are awesome. I mean, their sculpts are amazing. I mean, I almost didn't want to glue her arm down yet, so that way I could get in there and paint her face good. But I'm honestly terrified about painting these up, to be truthful. I don't know how. I mean, I'm not a skilled enough painter to get the extreme details of her face, so I'm gonna do the best that I can. There were some things I wanted to try with this, being them being undead, like doing some veining, but they're gonna be super small. I don't know how much I'm gonna get of that. I mean, I still might be able to. I have an extremely thin brush, so we'll see. But yeah, man, I just out of the review, I give these guys I would say a 5 out of 6. They're cool looking. I like them. I don't like the fact they don't come with instructions, and I don't like the size of them. I wish they were a little bit beefier, but that's just my 40K-ness. I've played 40K for so long and dealt with those miniatures of the sort. She's still a little bit sticky, not quite dry. But I'm used to the beefier models. These are super delicate and extremely fine detailed fine plastic, I guess. I don't know. I like them. I like the looks of them. They're cool. I think it's going to be a fun adventure. The game sounds fun. I just actually watched Spider 666. He just did an unboxing of the starter set. I'll leave a link to that in the description below so you can go check it out. Looks like he's getting into this game too. As long as OrcPainterNerd. I will leave both their links below. Link for Opian's channel, and then Spider666, the link to his Malifaux starter set unboxing video. So I think that's my next step, is get that starter set so I can really figure out how to play. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and look forward to seeing more from me for Malifaux. Maybe painting up some figures. So, y'all take care, cats. Have a happy, wonderful nerd life. I will see you later.